During mid-2020, we had gathered up a lot of interesting information surrounding the upcoming Snyder Cut of Justice League until its official trailer had dropped. And though at the time, before I posted my video about Jared Leto returning as the Joker, we had gotten word that the Snyder Cut would be airing as a mini-series made into 4 episodes on HBO Max, and that it would be undergoing some reshoots as well as some additional scenes as well. And just recently, I looked up on IMDb where, according to Zack Snyder, the Snyder Cut will no longer be airing as a 4-part miniseries, and will now be given a theatrical release on the 11th of March 2021 this year. However, it will still be given the HBO Max treatment though, much like Wonder Woman 1984, as well as some other upcoming films that are yet to come out this year. So now with this director's cut of Justice League, which we thought was never going to happen, it looks like we're finally going to get what we almost got in the 2017 version that was co-directed by Joss Whedon. He was the director of the 2 Avengers films. And ever since Warner Bros. Had denied the existence of the Snyder Cut, fans from all over the internet have campaigned for it using the hashtag #ReleaseTheSnyderCut. And it was absolutely everywhere. It was on posters, memes, YouTube videos. It was everywhere. And even the Justice League actors had campaigned on Twitter to demand the Snyder Cut into existence as well. And after months of hearing fans going, "Release the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut," WB have finally given in to the ongoing protest, and Zack Snyder himself had eventually returned to helm the project. Now we all know that Zack Snyder had to leave production of the 2017 version because his daughter had committed suicide, which led to a lot of changes. But thanks to the online support of the fans, we are yet to see what ended up being on the cutting room floor. Things like Darkseid, Iris West, more of Cyborg's backstory, Superman's black suit, and many more to come. And although the 2017 version seemed a bit underwhelming according to most people, I actually quite liked it. I liked the fight scenes as well, and I think it was some of its high points. I also think it was very colourful as well, which was also good, but as far as we all know, some of the film's colourful tone was on the studio's behalf though. Dramatic reverb. And although the Zack Snyder version had already undergone some reshoots, the 2017 version was absolutely riddled with reshoots. And some of its moments seemed to fall flat with most people, in terms of having a light-hearted tone. Moments like this.
So is this a bad time to bring up my blood sugar? I'm very hungry.
And this.
What was it like? Coming back?
Itchy.
And probably this.
On the local scene, this janitor's wife has some strong words for the aliens she says stole her man.
My Howard is a good man. He's a provider. And these aliens are gonna probe him?
All those scenes that were filmed by Joss Whedon, and most of them just end up being laughable to most people. As much as I and everyone else are looking forward to seeing the Snyder Cut of Justice League, the studio can't seem to catch a break when it comes to reshoots or demanding a lighter tone in a film that is supposed to have a dark tone. Because to me, it's like they're repeating the exact same mistakes that they've done with the original Batman films with Michael Keaton. And it was always because they put their faith in something they would think would get their money back. But it just ended up making things even worse, and those films ended up being panned because of the changes that were made by the studio. But at least we have Christopher Nolan to thank for giving us the Dark Knight trilogy though. That was well worth it. But on top of all of that, Zack Snyder himself said during a live video recording with several people that he would rather scrap his Snyder Cut altogether rather than include any footage that was filmed by Joss Whedon. And I kind of agree with him really, because it's his work. It's called the Snyder Cut for a reason. You can't persuade a director to add in footage that he didn't film. You can't. That's out of order. Asides all that though, I don't think the 2017 version had enough characters in it. which probably made for the supposedly big superhero crossover having only a 2-hour runtime. And that's just as well they didn't include one character from Suicide Squad as well though. Particularly Jared Leto as the Joker, who was at first confirmed to appear in it. And though before seeing the 2017 version, I was half expecting Hal Jordan to appear in it, and I was immediately searching through the IMDb cast list to see if he was cast. And I was a bit disappointed that he wasn't. And it's probably likely he won't be in the Snyder Cut either. But that doesn't mean we won't be seeing any more superheroes other than the main 6, however. Because Harry Lennox, the actor who played General Swanwick in both Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, is confirmed to also play the shape-shifting alien, John Jones, also known as the Martian Manhunter. Because they believe that John Jones was in disguise as General Swanwick throughout Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman, so they might reckon that the Snyder Cut might be the perfect opportunity for the character to show his true form. And just a few weeks ago from now, a new image of Jared Leto as the Joker had appeared online. And here, the Joker's hand holding a Joker card is the only part of the frame that is in focus, while the Joker's face is roughly blurred out. And although the Joker himself is roughly blurred out, it might give us a glimpse that he might look much different than he did in Suicide Squad. Though I'm assuming he still has his body tattoos on him though. But maybe this image indicates that he had his tattoos removed during his time at Arkham Asylum, which I assume he's at now after he busted out Harley out of her cell at the end of Suicide Squad. But judging from this image, however, it is looking like that Leto's Joker will be given a far more different look, as he appears to have longer hair, whereas in Suicide Squad he appears to have a very modern styled haircut. And judging from the timeline set within Suicide Squad, he appeared to have kept the hairstyle, both in the flashbacks with Harley and in present day where he attempted to pick her up during Suicide Squad's mission. And of course, whatever he was doing in this scene. Now, I kind of expected the Joker to keep his look because of how he was designed in Suicide Squad, because even though I'm not really a big fan of it, I thought he'd just be kept that way anyway. But now with this image, it might look much better. And it might even redeem Leto as an actor due to his participance in the Snyder Cut. It's only a matter of time before the director's cut of Suicide Squad is announced into existence. That's if Warner Brothers are reluctant enough to listen to the fans, that is. And that's all I got for the Snyder Cut for this video. I just hope that it truly lives up to fans' expectations, now that we're finally going to get what we're promised and that it doesn't disappoint in any way. And even if it does, I wouldn't really mind it for what it is and just think of it as just an average type film. Like some other films I used to watch that are not perfect. And despite that WB were obviously rushing to catch up with the MCU, again, I hope it will deliver all the goods in any way that it can, and that it will be the absolute greatest project the DCEU has to offer. So once it comes out on DVD, I would take out the 2017 version of Justice League from my collection of other DC films that are shelved, and I would replace it with the Snyder Cut, though it doesn't really matter if it's the same version though, although it is. But the problem is I do have so many DVDs at the moment though, so it is kind of a problem I have to probably sort out sometime later, or something really. So anyway, that's all I got to wrap up for now. Hopefully I'll be back again with another video sometime soon, focusing on a different subject, so stay tuned. Okay, see you later.